man, running a content agency is so difficult. It's just so saturated, and I'm losing clients. I'm losing clients every single month, man. I'm not even able to charge high prices because I'm so easily replaceable. Maximum I'm charging right now is like $1,500 a month. Can't do anything more because then they will say, hey, I got something cheaper. Got someone cheaper who will do these edits for me. Maybe I should switch my niche. Maybe I should add paid ads, or I don't know. I'm like, something is missing. I don't know if this can work. I need to change my niche. If this sounds like you, then man, just give me your hand. Come on. Let me show you how to do this. Let me show you how to get out of that position, because I was in the same spot, man. It was actually not that long ago. I was thinking the same thoughts. I was thinking about implementing like paid ads, like actual Facebook ads, or just completely switching my like everything, just rebuilding a new agency because I thought, man, content agencies are just dead, man. It's just oversaturated. It's just I'm not able to get clients consistently. The clients that I'm getting are not happy because I can't deliver tangible results, and they're leaving, and then I cannot even charge as much. So I get like I get 10 clients, but I'm only making like $3,000, man, and like $300 per client. It's just a tough game. So first of all, now obviously I can show you a solution to all of these problems, and I will in a second right here. But before I go into that kind of stuff, I have like a board open on my left here. But before I even go into that kind of stuff, I want you to know that building a business is one of the hardest things you can do in life. If you go into this thinking that this will be easy, and you will be one of the ones that will just fail. They'll probably just fail. I don't know what failure looks like, because failure is whenever you give up. I haven't given up. So I don't know how that looks like. I don't even know what you would do if you give up on this. Like, would you just go back to a job, or like make like a couple $1,000 with as like a freelancer? I don't know. What would you do if you fail with this? I never thought about that, to be honest. It really was never an option. But you have to go into this thinking that this will be one of the hardest things that you will ever do in your entire life, but it will also be one of the most rewarding things. So if you do, just get the work done, man. Push through this, figure all the stuff out, all these problems that I just mentioned that you're probably having right now. You have to figure all that stuff out, and once you come out on the other side, it will be one of the most rewarding things, and it will be amazing. And I can tell you that from experience. So yeah, I won't tell you this will be easy, though I am gonna point you in the right direction in a second here. And if you do take my advice to heart, you will definitely be in a way better position than with all of these problems, because that is not a way to build a business. Like the biggest thing in business is not actually acquiring clients. That becomes easy. I will show you how it does actually become easy in a second. And not easy, but I mean very simple. It's kind of it does definitely become like, it's not the hardest part in business. It really isn't. It might not be easy, but it's actually not that hard. Now the hard part is actually delivering results, making clients happy, and that's the most important part about building a business that's sustainable. Because if you just got a client, lost them after 2 months, 3 months, yeah, you will not have a good business. And you probably won't have a business at all in a few years from now, because that'll be very exhausting. But yeah, I can go into like, you just, man, to solve all these issues, you really don't need much. Okay, you really only need 2 things when I now think about it, and in those 2 things there are more things involved. But first thing you need is actually like just a good offer. Excuse my handwriting, I'm writing with a mouse, but you just need like a good offer, man. Like, and I can go through the process of me creating an offer right here, so you can see how simple it can be, but how good it really has to, like, it just has to be good, man. If you have an offer of like editing videos, delivering videos, posting videos, I don't know, whatever, like just the content itself, just not gonna be enough. So what you really have to do if you want to come up with a good offer is, first off, now you should have a niche, and if you haven't yet, just please just niche down. Pick just any niche, man. Like, there's really no good or bad niche. Every niche has its benefits and its downsides. So I would pick the niche that you actually want to go into. Ideally, you should already have one. Okay, so you have a niche. That niche could be anything, but everybody and their mother is going after online coaches right now. So let me just take that niche as an example. Okay, so you have to just think about this right here is the guy that you are going to talk to. This is like your client when you're approaching them. So it's the position that they're currently in. And you have to really think about, what do these people struggle with on a deep level? Like, it's like you have to really you will find this out if you talk to these people more on sales calls and you talk to them personally and you get to know these types of people better that are in that niche and you understand them. That will get easier. But at the start, you just have to turn on your brain. And yeah, this might take some time. Sometimes I sit there with somebody and, figure out an offer for an hour or two. It might take some time, and it's completely fine, because you have to figure something out in this part right here. It has to be good. Now, this person right here. Now, the first thing that I would say, was it so small? When I would ask you, so what is this person struggling with? Okay, like, name me 3 things that this person is deeply struggling with. You would say, if you're a content agency, you want to start content, you would say, they don't, they don't create content consistently. Don't know how to edit well and have actually good looking videos. Don't have time. Yeah, let's do this. Don't have time to create content. Now, this is the problems that you guys are solving with your content agency. They don't know how to edit, so you edit for them. They don't know how to create content consistently, so you kind of map out their content plan, and they are able to upload actually consistently. Or they don't have time to create. Obviously, then you're helping them with that as well. Those are not actual those are not the problems that these people are going to bed at night and thinking about. Man, I just don't have the time to create content, man. How am I gonna live and survive tomorrow, man? Or shit, how do I learn editing, man? How do I get some good editor, man? Those are not the things that these people are thinking about when they're laying in bed at night and can't sleep. Okay, that's not the things that they're thinking about. The things that they are probably more so likely thinking about, not because I know a little bit about that niche, and obviously I'm in that niche myself. So the things that these people are thinking about on a more deep level, I'm actually gonna put that below for a second just so we can compare, is more so they can't get clients consistently. Now, they don't want to create content, they want to get clients. Okay, that's the thing that they're thinking about. Second thing would be that they don't have a strategy on monetizing their content that they are doing, because maybe they're generating already some content, they're posting reels here and there, but they don't actually know how to make money from it. And that's one of their biggest problems, because they put work in, they put time in, but they are not really getting a big reward out of that. And that means that they have less time for themselves, for working with clients, or spending time with family. Those are that's just to clarify how big of a point this actually is, that they don't have a strategy and they are spending time on that without really getting a result, because that means they have less time for themselves, for working with clients to actually get clients better results, and also spending time with family. Now let's compare the problems that you think are important to those people, because apparently those are the problems you're solving, and the problems that are actually important to the people. And this could look completely different in any other niche. This is just an example right here. But yeah, they don't create content consistently. Oh, what a bummer. No, what am I gonna do tomorrow? Oh, I don't know how to edit. I don't have time to create content. Man, shit. Or they can't get clients consistently. They don't have a strategy on monetizing their content. Just feel stuck because they don't know how to monetize their content, and don't have time for themselves, or for working with their clients to get them better results, or spending time with family. Now, obviously, this is trash. This is kind of good. I just honestly, I would have to think about this a little bit more. I just came up with this on the spot, so you should definitely think about this more when you're doing this for yourself. But yeah, then you just have to think about, where do you want to get these people to? And this is the ideal state that you should get them to. Why is this lag so long? But whatever. This is they are very happy in life. Okay, all you have to do at this point is just take this, reverse this, and you're good to go, man. It's just, they can't get clients consistently. Let me actually put this all into one solution. Has a strategy to monetize their content and get clients consistently from it without spending much time. This is kind of a solution that would come out of these problems. That you have a strategy to monetize their content and get clients consistently from it without spending much time. Obviously you could put this first of all an I help statement. I help online coaches get more clients consistently by monetizing their content without spending much time on it, or something like that. You could put that in an I help statement, but the most important thing that you would have to think about now is obviously how do you fulfill this stuff, and you should be able to fulfill this. And if you can't, then you need more knowledge. And if you don't have the knowledge right now to fulfill this stuff, then go ahead and learn, boy. Like, there's really nothing else you can do. You have to learn this stuff. So I outlined one of them in one of my other videos right here, so you should go check this out if you haven't seen that yet. But essentially, just to do like a quick recap, this is just a funnel that online coaches use to get clients over Instagram, completely broken down. So this is everything from organic and paid content, so generating traffic, top of funnel, getting followers, all the way to getting the close on the sales call and actually collecting cash. The problem is just that most of you guys are just offering content, as we talked about earlier as well, and that's very, very hard to go from content to close tangibly. So you definitely have to take on more steps of this funnel by either consulting them on it or actually doing it for them, which you can't do either of them if you're lacking knowledge. So that's why I say you definitely have to learn this stuff. But I'm going to tell you the best way to learn is through either borrowing the knowledge of somebody who knows the stuff. For example, me, if I work with people, give them my whole knowledge and they use it for themselves or for their clients. But once they use it once, that kind of becomes their knowledge, because now they can talk from my own experiences. But still, it's very, very valuable if you have somebody who's doing this, who has done this before, just teach you exactly each and every single step in here. But if you don't, let's say you just got a couple clients, which you currently have on this right here, where you just do their content. Let's say you have a couple of clients on that. So what I did and what I recommend you to do if you are in that spot is to just go to those clients, just go to them and say, hey, you've been working with them maybe for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. Or say, hey, I had an idea, and you get on a call with them and you kind of just pitch them this whole thing. You kind of resell them again. You don't even have to raise the price. You can if you want to. I can see if they'll be up to that, but you don't have to. The main thing is that they're kind of your guinea pigs to test this stuff out, and you will, obviously you have to kind of sell them on it. Say, hey, this is like, until now we've only been doing this for you. I want to take on more steps in the funnel to actually more tangibly generate you more revenue. And this funnel right here might look different for your clients because it's like kind of an online coach for the whole example that we have here, but you just have to think about it and think about what client journey your clients' customers go through, kind of from seeing their content the first time until they become a buyer. This is like the funnel that online coaches have, and a lot of different people as well, like consultants, coaches, even agency owners. They all use the same funnel right here, or can use the same funnel right here. This might look different for you and your clients, but you kind of just have to break it down and then pitch to them, hey, I want to take on more steps of your funnel and help you, generate more revenue tangibly. And then you can do it for them, and you can actually like try to do each and every single step for them once, so you actually learn it, and everybody benefits. It's easy to sell them this because they're already trusting you because you're already doing stuff for them, and they trust you, and you can just test stuff out with them and learn a lot. So that's what I would do, and I kind of build a case study with them together. So in conclusion, you just kind of have to figure out what your clients, actual deepest problems are. What are the biggest business problems, and how does that maybe even reflect on their personal life if you are that deep with your, once you work with a niche long enough, you know so much about them. For example, when I know my clients, which are influencers and content creators, so well. I know all the things that they talk about. I know what problems they face. I know personal struggles. For one example, just so you understand what I mean, I know that pretty much every single content creator struggles with their analytics, because they should look at it. They should get the data in, but if they do that themselves, then they feel like it's like they're over analyzing data. They feel bad because of bad data. Like, it's actually stressing them out so much that some people just don't go into that anymore. And I know that they have this personal struggle that it's like mentally draining. That I can say, I'm gonna take this on as well for you. Like, it's like these small things that you learn about your target audience once you work with them long enough. So don't be niche hopping, okay? Just stay in your niche and learn these things. But essentially, just learn their deepest problems, like business problems. How do they reflect on their personal life? Reverse them, kind of, so where do your clients actually want to be. Create an offer out of these problems, by solving these actual problems. And this will, just like I mentioned as well, this will like kind of develop over time. You can come up with something really great at the start, but then as you talk to those people on sales calls, you will figure out what they really want and adjust this accordingly. But even better, if you know a couple people in that niche, or you can call them up or reach out to those people in some kind of way where you're not selling but just doing research. I love that. Like, I love to just, there's a niche. I don't know that niche that well. I just like to call them up. I just like to message those people and ask a couple of questions, and you will learn so much that you can then, you don't have to kind of make those mistakes in the sales call and get that knowledge from the sales call, but you can get that beforehand, craft an offer with that, and go with that into the sales calls, which will save you a lot of time and probably make you a lot more money way quicker. So that's kind of like a good offer creation. So figure out their problems, reverse that, craft a solution out of their deepest problems, and make this way more tangible. Get them actual revenue. You do this by breaking down their funnel, see what part content plays in it. For example, right here, organic content is just to get followers and get attention. And inside of organic content, they're like, filming, editing, branding, scripting, all that stuff, right? But this is just organic content. So you figure out what part does organic content or content in general, paid or organic, play in that funnel, and what would the rest of the funnel look like. Break that down, take on more steps of that funnel, either by doing it for them or consulting, and make the results very tangible. Okay, learn these things by doing it for a client, or borrowing knowledge from somebody and then doing it for somebody, and then doing it yourself or for a client. Okay, all this sounds great. Now, what is the second thing that you need to be successful with your agency and not have all of these problems that we discussed at the start, where you can offer? First off, this will solve a lot of problems already. Like, all the things that I said is like in terms of like so much competition, eliminate like 90% of the competition just through this right here. And low prices, obviously you can charge a lot more for a service for you, can almost certainly get them more revenue, and they also won't leave you that quickly because you're getting them great results, and you can charge a lot more. But the second thing that will kind of just put the cherry on top of all of this right here is not the offer, but brand and the authority that comes with a brand. So kind of just, brand authority. I hope this is readable. But this is kind of the second thing that you need. Because if you have all this is amazing, right? But you're kind of relying on your offer to build the trust with your prospects and your potential clients. But if you have trust of your brand and the authority of your brand behind that offer as well, now that's where you not only, get rid of 90% of your competition, but pretty much like 99%. And sales becomes so much easier as well. Everything, the whole business becomes so much easier to run. Now, how do we create brand authority? Those are like the things that people are gonna go to straight away. It's like create an Instagram page with their client work, or create a website with testimonials in their client work, which that does definitely contribute to brand authority. But I think the main thing that will contribute to it is content, and not just client content or testimonials, but content of you talking, like your personal content, you as a person. If you can build that up, use that to build trust with your prospects. And so this is what I like to do. I like to go ahead, create a Instagram page if you don't have one yet. Okay, don't name it after your brand, just name it after yourself. Have your nice profile picture, have a nice looking optimized profile. Check out mine if you want to know how that will look. Nice profile with a solid color or like a gradient in the background. Optimized bio, and then really nice thumbnails on the videos. Hopefully your videos look good as well. But what I like to do is do about a 70-30 split, okay, in terms of content. And 70% of content is you just talking about your clients' problems and kind of pre-selling them in the content on your solutions. So you're first making them problem aware. You're talking about the problem that they have. And then you're also making them with your content solution aware. So once they come on the call with you, they already know exactly what you're offering, what your solution is, and they will identify with your problems, or even with your content only just realize that they had these problems that they couldn't really pinpoint, and that will be not an issue anymore. And I would do that kind of in form. Check out my content if you want to, but I would do that in form of like reels on the feed. That's how I do it. 70% of my content is just reels on the feed, talking about problems, solutions, general advice, like a little bit of motivational stuff in there as well, just because that's like, I like to talk about that kind of stuff. But that almost gets into those 30%, which is personal content. So 30% is just personal content. And I get a lot of questions. Should I Should I like do this separate, like have a separate business account, separate personal account? No, you should not. You should have everything on one. And you could do a split like that. Reason is because people buy from people, man. They just, yeah, people buy from people. Don't separate that. Doesn't make any sense. That was so weird if there's just like a brand picture or like a brand, just like a brand account, and you don't even know who you're really talking to when you're talking. It's so weird. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't split it. But the way I split it, because I do not like my feed to be like full of personal stuff. So the way I do it is 70% of my content just, business content on my feed, really nicely edited and all that stuff. And then 30% just random stuff about my life in my story. So it actually just goes away after a while, but still hundreds and thousands of people are seeing my story, and they get to know me that way. Which this is great because it doesn't stay on my, the ugly ass content does not stay on my feed. But yeah, that's how I like to do it. Have it in my story. I might do like a couple lifestyle posts or like photos once I have nice photos. Nobody really takes nice photos of me. I only take photos of other people. But once I have that, I would actually post it on my feed as well. But we'll see. Now this is the split that I would go for though. Bring your personality in, build trust personally. People get to know you personally, and they understand what kind of service you're selling. Like with this same offer right here, right? So you have a strategy to monetize your content and get clients consistently from it without spending much time for online coaches. Now you could just do content, make them problem aware, make them aware of the problem, that they could actually monetize their content and generate a lot more clients from that content than they have been until now. Talk about that. Talk about the strategy that you would use to do that. Talk about the mistakes that they could do with their content that would lead them to not get clients from it. Talk about how they could be more efficient while doing that. Talk about all those things, make them problem aware, and then talk about the solution as well. And then bring a little bit of personality in there, like 30%, your story and all that. And even with your content, you should be yourself. And I would also, like, even in that 70% business stuff, there should still be your personality in there, because you're still a guy talking. I personally never script my videos, turn on a camera, talk, and then that kind of make sure that my personality is in there as well. But generally, yeah, when online coaches then see your content, they understand that you have a big problem. They understand that you are the one that is able to provide a solution. They see that you're authentically just you, and you're not pretending to be anything you're not, because that will come across immediately. And they also get to know you personally a little bit, at least over time. They see, where you live, where kind of, they just get to know you a lot about your personal stuff. I go to the gym, I share that. I sometimes share what I eat. I don't know, just like, even like sometimes when I have some thoughts about the world, I just share it in my story, and then I conversate with people and they get to know me. Obviously, I use the same funnel right here as well. I wouldn't recommend doing it if I didn't do it myself. But this is amazing. Yeah, this is really all you need to start. Like all those problems will go away. Like this is like, you have brand authority. People trust you. They are willing to give you money just because you are who you are, and you have a really good offer on top of that. So you're also building trust with your offer, and you should be able to actually deliver tangible results. So you should be able to charge higher, keep clients longer. Sales becomes obviously way easier. And the only thing you might be lacking after this video now, I've pretty much given you everything, is this right here. Again, like I said, I have to learn this. Or, you can also message me on Instagram if you have like specific questions about any parts of this. But yeah, you kind of just have to get more knowledge if you're not at the point where you can deliver this. But yes, it will be more work, but you'll be able to differentiate yourself way better from your competition. But if you're a content agency struggling with all the problems that I mentioned in the beginning, implement this stuff, and I promise those problems will slowly just start to fade away, and at some point you won't have them. Sales will not be hard anymore. Like if you implement this funnel for yourself, this Instagram funnel, you can implement that for yourself. That's not just for, like I said, it's also for agency owners. If you implement that funnel for yourself by building brand authority on your Instagram, like you could easily book 1, 2, 3 appointments per day. Like it's really not that hard to book a couple appointments per day. And you should go check out my video where I explain exactly how to implement this funnel for yourself as well. But yeah, you should book a lot of calls, you close a lot of calls, you deliver good results, and you have happy clients. They stay for a long period of time. So yeah, should solve like 99% of your problem. So just thank me later. But yeah, if you have any questions left, message me on Instagram. I will see if I can help you out. Until then, though, take care.